What's up, party people? Good morning. I guess technically it's morning because we're at 10:40. I didn't roll my sloppy self out of bed until about an hour ago, so I'm gonna keep this short and sweet and to the point. A lot of disappointment has happened in the last 24 hours. Now, Yesterday's video, I was optimistic about still having dining reservations. I was optimistic about my experience app showing that I still had a dining plan. And it was like 5 minutes after that video posted that the push notification came through and the official "we've canceled all of it" hit. And I I was wrong in assuming that Skipper Canteen and Garden Grill are not Disney-owned restaurants. Pretty sure they are at this point because they're still standing. Or no, they're not anymore. They were yesterday, but I'm sure it was more of like a we'll get to it when we hit it on the list. So yeah, all of my reservations are gone. And the meal plan hasn't been taken off of my package yet. But since we aren't slotted until the first week of September, they may be putting it off to, take care of the guests who are arriving as soon as it opens rather than the guests who are coming in a couple months from now. So I'll keep you posted about that, but all of the reservations are now gone. Even my pre-park opening for Epcot, which I was very excited for because that was the only park we were going to be there for, or we were going to be able to go to before it opened. Our travel dates are Thursday to Wednesday, which means we miss the day of extra magic hours at Epcot, where you get to go earlier in the morning. And to get around that, we were going to get a pre-park opening on the day we wanted to go to Epcot, and it worked out, and everything lined up so well. And I should know that anytime I get excited for something, it blows up in my face, and that's just kind of the mood I've been in since all of that went down. And then my husband came home, and he tries to stay up to date on current events. We don't watch traditional news. We don't really stay up with the normal media. So he primarily gets his information from news articles that he happens to come across as he's surfing the web. Like the Google page that'll have suggested articles for you. He'll read through those. And then he'll listen to YouTubers and podcasters who share their insights and opinions on the matter. Sometimes they have guests that are relevant, and sometimes they just talk amongst themselves. If you want to know which ones he listens to, let me know and I'll find out for you. But he has been listening to a lot of chatter about the protesting, the supposed rioting and looting, Black Lives Matter movement. Should we be concerned about cops at all as a white family? And I say yes. I'm very viva la revolution. But that puts him into a sour mood. The only one who is happy right now is my son because he's so blissfully unaware of all of it. And we did have a deep conversation about racism for the first time a few days ago, and we're letting that kind of settle and meld a little bit before we discuss it again. I understand that's a luxury that not everyone has, but if it's an opportunity that I can take to let him process it a little bit before we talk about it more, that's what I'm going to do. So Disney is being very frustrating. I think we're at like a 85% chance of not going on this vacation. So we we'll have to come up with either a substitute vacation or not take one at all, which is such a bummer between Corona and everything else that's going on. Finding out what we're going to do in September that we were so looking forward to is gone. Really took a toll on me because the day-to-day monotony of being a stay-at-home parent really eats at you. It's not good for my mental health, and I know that. I had a light at the end of the tunnel with Benjamin going to kindergarten, and now he's not going to kindergarten. Possibly. We don't know how the schools are going to be. We don't know how the vacations are going to be. We don't know if the stores are going to stay open. And these are all, yes, it could be worse, but this is affecting me, and it's doing it currently. So I can't ignore that. I used to push all of my problems off as like, oh, well, other people have it worse, and you're fine. You have a bed to sleep in, and you're not hungry, so suck it up, buttercup. And that was extremely unhealthy, and I would go into a depression fairly easily. I used to just have months of depressive episodes, and I'm really trying to prevent that. I don't have a current therapist or anybody I can talk to, medical professional, regarding the issue, and partly because that's my impossible task. Anytime I think of picking up the phone to make the first appointment, I shut down, and it's just easier for me to try to cope without that help right now. And I know that I need to put myself first, but I'm not ready for that step yet. I'm doing what I can to not slip back into a depressive episode. That's part of why there are so many large gaps between my postings. Because I'll go into a depressive episode and not do anything for months. Because to me it feels like I'm filming every day. And time just has no meaning when I'm depressed. Anyway, off of that topic. So last night, I hadn't eaten much all day, and we made Brinner for dinner, which is something we absolutely love in this family. And I had a glass of wine, and I had another, and I had another, and it stayed within my calorie allotment. So if that tells you how little I ate during the day, I ended up having 4 glasses of wine, which is double what I normally drink if I drink wine, because I was upset, and I understand that all of these things are triggering me to my addictive tendencies. And I woke up this morning not feeling so hot. I wouldn't quite call it a hangover. I do have a little bit of a headache, and I don't want loud noises, which is part of why I'm using my headset to talk instead of being all energetic and happy, but it's not really the day for that. And I did binge eat a little bit last night. It was only about 350 calories worth, so I'm very proud of myself for that. When I used to binge eat, I would eat 2,000 calories worth of junk food, and I'm learning to recognize when it's happening and how to make it stop. So there's just it's not such a great day here at Stewie's Boudior shoot. I hope everybody out there is staying safe and staying healthy. Let's hold people accountable. Let's stop tolerating the hate. Let's be smart about this illness that's taking so many lives around the world, not just in America, but around the world. Let's just do better. Know better, do better, guys. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Please comment down below if you have any suggestions about vacations or people to listen to broaden our perspectives or anything like that. I would really appreciate it. And please, subscribe if you care anything about our journey as a family. Love you guys so much. Bye.